Okay, we're here with Gunn. We finished mid-pack. We're thinking the B race.
Yeah.
Was the men's 1500 metres?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us a little about how the race panned out.
It went off pretty well. I think we were just under 60 for the pacemaker. I was around 60 seconds for the first lap. I had Ross Millington and James T around me. Knew we were running pretty well. I didn't want to go off any quicker than that. Slowly tried to move my way up. Kind of kept about even pace. To be honest, I was following Ross. I didn't really plan that, but followed Ross all the way through the field. And then about 250 to go, I thought I'm gonna pull this one out. I wasn't feeling great. I was a bit heavy-legged. Okay. But when I do 1500s, I often feel heavy-legged anyway. But then got into the last 100 and the wheels came off a bit. I raced twice last weekend.
Of course,
Did the mile and the 10k at Westminster and London, which went really well.
Must have had an effect though.
Yeah, I've just jogged all week, did a bit of speed work on Thursday. I felt all right, but yeah, it must just be a bit of fatigue. Start of the season for me, so
of course,
just getting the wheels.
Obviously the big aim for you is still over the barriers, so what's next for you? How are you going to build into those bigger races this summer?
I'm going to do a British League next week just to help the club out. Derby, probably do a 1500 or a 3k or a double, something like that. But planning to do the chase at Watford as my first one. It seems really late into the season, but I haven't had much of a winter. Pretty much missed nearly 4 months in there. I've been going again since January. Got married, decided it was time to get fit again. But it's been slow. Like I've ran a lot of 10Ks, which I've never done before. I've got something like 2 minutes off my 10Ks as I've gone through the season. Just come back from Font-Romeu, so it's just slowly getting there. I got a bit excited last week. I thought maybe I should chase earlier than planned. I think today's proved I probably just need a few more weeks. I've only actually done probably about 5 hurdles since last summer, so it's a bit of practice. But, working up to Watford, and then 2 weeks after that's obviously the trials.
Absolutely. So. Do you think one race before the trials will be enough for you to sort of get into the shape to compete and try and qualify?
It's all I've got. I'd love to be able to put a chase in now and try and make a bid for the European Cup team. I'm available. I think I'll be able to run a decent one, but I think obviously Rob Mullett's run 8:32 last night. Zach Simmons run 8:34 already. So those guys are clearly in shape. I've just not got time to do one more before the trials. I'd probably prefer to do one, but it is what it is. Worlds was always going to be a long shot for me this year after missing a lot. I kind of took a deliberate down year, but I'd love to be able to defend my title, at least go down fighting if I can't, and then hopefully there's a chase in the London Games at the end of the year, and that'll be. Do you
think that will ultimately be the aim for you? That's what you're going to try and peak for?
I mean, I'm never going to. Luckily they've lowered the world's time, it's 8:26, but so you never know.
With the lack of winter, it's just not going to happen.
I don't know, and also again in the races, like really I'd have to be chasing around Europe right now to try and get that time. For me, really just wanted to have fun this year, do 1500s, do silly things like the Westminster Mile and the 10k back to back, and get ready for Commonwealth next year and get into another cycle. I'm getting to that age now where I have to try and pick my seasons. I can't keep flogging it every year.
Is Bud happy with where you're at the moment in terms of training?
Yeah, I mean, Bud doesn't. He tries to get me motivated. He tries to put in, but in essence, he works with what I want to do.
So he's not putting pressure on you to try and sort of go for unreasonable things.
No, he's just completely positive and always has been, and understood my decisions this year. Just to take a bit of downtime, forced to by the injury, but took it in time, and he knows that I'm going to be. It's not like I'm going to wither away from the sport. I want to come back with a vengeance next winter and prove I'm not quite done yet.
Good luck to you, Luke.